That sky is menacing. Liam and I are going to start heading back very, very soon to the campsite because the wind has just picked up. The sky is really menacing, and we're expecting some heavy rain from the hurricane to be coming in. All right, hello and welcome to Connolly Outdoors. I just set up the tent. We set up the tarp because we are in a very different situation for us. It's going to be pouring torrential rain. We're actually out in a campsite where the Hurricane Beryl, the remnants of Hurricane Beryl is going to be coming down to dump all its rain on us. We're supposed to get up to 75 millimeters of rain, which is a ton of rain. So we have prepared ourselves with a bigger tent. This tent is the Coleman Instant Tent. It's an 8-person tent. The reason we brought such a big tent, first of all, I haven't used this tent in years. It's really easy to put up. It's pretty quick. And we decided to bring it because the little tent is hard to maneuver in and out in the rain. And we thought we can put our chairs in there, we can stand in there, we can lie in there, we can sit in there, whatever. We got more options in terms of comfort instead of only lying and sitting kind of hunched over because it's such a small tent. So with this tent, which I'll take you guys and show you the inside of it shortly, with this tent, we're going to be a lot more comfortable. The rain is now starting to pick up. So Liam and I got to get sorted out here.
Oh boy. Oh my god. That came out of nowhere. We're going to be getting all this rain, and then, well, the rain came.
Just 1 second. Oh, it's pouring rain now. Even though it's raining, and it's raining heavy, the mosquitoes have been really bad so far. Ooh. Throwing some water in here. All right, well, we are in the tent. It is it's pouring outside. I don't know if you can hear the rain because of the microphone that doesn't pick up the rain properly. Kind of sounds weird with rain, but we're in the tent, and it's a very large tent, 8-person tent, and Lee and I are both saying smart move to bring this tent. Smart move to bring this tent because we can sit down in it And even though it's pouring rain outside, unfortunately, we had tarp failure. I brought this massive tarp. It was just too big, too hard to peg out the way that I wanted to peg it out. So we went with my small green tarp. It's okay. It's going to keep us dry. Unfortunately, it's not big enough to make an area like a vestibule area where we can sit outside. But hey, we can still set up our beds in here and have our chairs in here and be comfortable. So shortly, we're going to make something to eat because we're both hungry. But right now, we're just taking a break because that setup in the rain wasn't easy. I think that was the quickest I ever did that. There we go. All right, so Liam and I, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. For the first time, Liam and I actually got here early, and we did not get turned away. There was nobody here ahead of us, so we were thrilled to get to the campsite a half hour earlier than normal. So we were just thrilled. So anyways, after all that work, we are hungry. Liam is going to have the Mountain House yellow curry, and I'm going to have the Mountain House pasta primavera. Of course, they're dehydrated meals. They're real easy to make, and we are going to do that right now. It is raining a little bit right now, and the wind is picking up, but it's not too bad. So we're happy about that. How much water does this require? 1.5 cups. I'm going to put a little bit more water in there, just to be sure. There we go. All right, let's let that boil. All right, I'm going to give you guys, while I'm waiting for this meal to cook up, I'm going to give you guys a quick tour. This is the tent, obviously. Like I said earlier, I put a smaller tarp on it. I wanted to put the big tarp, but the big tarp was a fail. So anyways, I'm going to take you out to the entrance area and we'll come in from there. So we're at campsite number 1 at Earl Rowe Provincial Park. This was the campsite that we spotted last time we were here when we were in campsite 6, which is up and around the corner here. We were here basically around this time, I think early August of last year. But when we saw this site, number 1, we were like, oh, this is the site we want. So this year, we got it. We're thrilled. It's currently not raining, but look at this willow tree. It's beautiful. And we love willows. Oh man, what a beautiful tree. This is the entrance to the site. It's very, very full of greenery and trees. There's a river right over here. It's really beautiful. Anyways, let's go down to this creek side here. It's really beautiful. There is a path, but I'm not walking down that because slip sliding away. That's what's gonna happen if I go down that path. So I'm not going down there. But this is the river here. It's beautiful. This park actually has some really nice rivers and creeks and whatnot. So, but I'll show you around as we go along through the camp. It's really beautiful. The other thing that's really awesome is because of the rain, we're the only people here. So this is a Steve Wallace moment. I can remember how happy Steve would be when he would be the only person camping, winter camping usually, or fall camping, and he would be the only person in the entire campground. How awesome is that? So now this is the case for Liam and I. All right, so Liam's digging into his curry and I am about to dig into my Astor Primavera. Let's see how this is. First bite.
How's it look?
Looks pretty good.
So you camera how it looks.
All right. There's the first spoon and that's what's in the bag. Yeah, it looks good. It's my first bite. All right. Looks good. Let's try it. Mmm. Wow, that's really good. Wow. And Liam and I got new spoons.
Too long.
Spoon long. Mmm. We're so happy to be outside and it's not raining. The rain stopped for a little bit so we can eat out here and relax. So happy about that. Look at that chipmunk trying to get into our garbage, man. Jeez. We got a garbage bag underneath the picnic table and he's already starting to get in there. But I'm going to move that. We don't leave garbage out. We don't want any animals coming around and getting into the garbage. Little chipmunk's harmless, but definitely don't want. Look at how he's right here.
You would like my curry.
No?
Right by us there.
He's used to having
Be that cool with humans.
he's used to having people around.
Yeah. I don't think he'd like curry though.
No. Do chipmunks eat pasta primavera? Is that part of their mainstay diet?
Around they'll eat it.
So it's good. The curry's good, Liam? Good. Well, this is turning out to be a fantastic camp after all. We were worried about the rain, and it's still looming again. The skies are completely gray. So Liam and I are down at the beach area of the park, and it's a beautiful beach down here, but unfortunately it's not very usable in terms of going in the water, and I'll show you why. Absolutely jam-packed with Canadian geese, and they're here all the time, and they basically have destroyed this beach with poop. It is poop everywhere in this park. It's a poopy park. yeah, they don't want you around. So the beach is nice, but it's just all these geese and all their poop everywhere. That's the only problem with them, with this beach area. They kind of infiltrate, and I guess they just take it over. But we're here, and we're just going to share with them. We're just going to walk around to a different part of the park. It is. The beach area is really large. It's huge here. Wow, it's huge. So Liam and I are walking past that beach, and we've come across Earl Rowe Lake, which is really beautiful. It's very calm, really nice. I was just talking to Liam about how I miss 7-year-old Liam. So what does he do? He starts splashing me, jumping in puddles and splashing me. And then I'm like, suddenly I don't miss 7-year-old Liam again. I did get what I wanted. I asked for 7-year-old Liam. I got him. There's another beach on the other side there, which is really nice. Wow. Well, we're over on the other side of the beach that I saw from a distance earlier, and it's much, much nicer. It looks like the geese don't come over here, strangely, but they don't come over here, so it looks a little bit nicer. The water, unfortunately, is still dirty from the geese, but the actual beach area is much, much nicer over here. That sky is menacing. Liam and I are going to start heading back very, very soon to the campsite because the wind has just picked up. The sky is really menacing, and we're expecting some heavy rain from the hurricane to be coming in very soon. So Liam and I are heading back to the campsite, probably about a 2 to 3K walk, maybe even a little bit longer, but well worth it. It was really awesome. But we can feel the wind has picked up dramatically, and the rain is starting. So we got to mosey ourselves back so that we can stay dry. So we'll see you back at the campsite. Well, the rain has begun. We did not beat it. So making our way back to the campsite, but the rain has begun. And it's probably going to steadily increase the whole time we are here till tomorrow. So this fire is catching nicely. Just going to add some larger pieces of wood to it. And I think we're going to be good. Yeah, let's see if that'll catch. But it will. The wood's dry, luckily. Well, that fire is starting to go really nice now. Really happy with the way it's catching. That fire starter, first time I tried it from Canadian Tire, really awesome. In the fire, and we're eating some blueberry pie. It's kind of a tradition. We always eat pies when we're on these camps. And it's really good, so. And we both got blueberry pie, so it's really good. All right, so Liam and I are forced into the tent as it is absolutely pouring. We just got the fire going really, really nicely, and we are now in the tent. But as you can see, it's being smoked out. We just got that fire going so nice too. I don't know if you can, I'm pretty sure you can hear it, but you can see it's really pouring out there now. But one thing about this tent, it's got these areas where you can open huge windows and get air, so it's not hot in here. It's actually really nice. And when the rain starts coming in, though, we're gonna have to shut that down, obviously. Grandpa Liam.
Back in my day, we camped out in the rain without a tent.
Liam and I were just talking about how this tent is so much bigger than what we're used to. It's even in some ways bigger than the hot tent because, whoa, it's really coming down now. It's bigger than the hot tent because the hot tent's a teepee, and when you're in a teepee, you feel the walls kind of on you. We don't feel the walls on us in here at all. It's really big, and even though I haven't used this tent in years, and it is an old tent, I kind of forgot about how great it is. So him and I are both going, wow, why didn't we use this sooner? But here we are, and we're having a great time in the pouring rain. Fire's dead, unfortunately, but the tarp's holding up. No rain is really getting in here at all. I'm probably gonna have to close some of these windows off a little bit soon, just because of the rain getting in here. But hopefully it settles down so we can go back outside. But for now, we're just going to be sitting in this tent for a little while.
That's right.
Just a little bit of water got in from leaving the tent door open. Whoops. Oh, I thought it did. Popped open. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Tragedy averted. So a little bit of water got in, no big deal. It's just because of leaving the door open a little bit. We'll be okay. But it is pouring outside heavy. Well, Liam also has his sleep system set up. Mine is set up. Tragedy averted. The rain came in because the door was open slightly at the bottom. Little pool of water over here at the bottom of my bed, but everything's fine. Everything is fine. Well, it's official now. This is definitely the remnants of Hurricane Beryl, because it is coming down hard. It's not really too windy, but the rain is really heavy. This is some of the heaviest rain that Liam and I have ever camped in, but we got water, we got a few treats, we got Gatorade, power source, we got everything that we need. So we're pretty happy. Just sitting in the tent. We're used to doing this anyways from hot tenting, so no big deal for us to be in the tent, but holy moly. Sure, you can hear how heavy that is coming down. Whew. Tent's holding up really well so far. Just when I thought it couldn't get any crazier, the rain here is insane. Camping in the rain. Hurricane Beryl. So we got a real leak at the front here too, which is causing a real problem. Also, I think it's caused from the tarp. So we got some real water issues going on here with this tent. Oh boy. It's difficult, sorry, Liam. It's difficult to adjust this tarp in the pouring rain. I just hope that we don't get any more rain in here. We've gotten a fair bit, but it doesn't seem to be leaking as badly on this side. The front door is leaking quite a bit.
My side hasn't leaked at all.
No. And Liam's side is good. It hasn't leaked at all. My feet are wet now from the water at the front door. So I just hope it stops leaking over here. There's a fair bit of water over here. I'm going to try and clean this water up and see what happens with the leak. I lied down on my bed here, and that's when I noticed the leak. I mean, I could see that there was water. I didn't know where it was coming from until I lied down and actually saw it leaking through this seam here. So this tent, it's an old tent. Certainly not the greatest to be in this kind of weather, but we wanted it because of the size. It's only leaking in certain spots, it seems. Okay, well, chaos. We had some leaks. Poles, one of the poles fell down outside. I had to go out. I didn't film what I was doing the second time I went out. The first time I filmed some, but the second time it was just crazy. And I had to put a second guy line on the poles outside because they're just being overwhelmed. And the tarp was starting to collapse, which was causing leaks. Now, it's okay now. There's still a little bit of water in here, but nothing like it was before. It's better. It's still a little damp in here, but not as bad as it was before. I think I solved most of the leak problems, hopefully. We will see. Man, this is crazy. This is the heaviest rain Liam and I have ever camped in. What did we get ourselves into here? Whoa. Trying to keep my sleeping bag dry. That is the big thing. My feet are wet. I'm going to change my socks very shortly. Oh man, just trying to film in this rain and fix stuff and deal with leaks, and oh man, a lot of work. I took my microphone off for a minute. I hope you can still hear me okay, just so you can hear what we're dealing with here, because the microphone monkeys the sound of the rain, but now you'll hear it. So this is what we are dealing with. Hurricane rain. Hurricane Beryl, remnants of the rain. Liam and I, out in this craziness. I think it's around 8:30, 8:35, something like that. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie, all this work, just trying to keep this place dry, has really tired me out, so I think I'm gonna be hitting the sack soon, so I'm gonna start getting myself ready for bed, and then I'll update you guys as to what's going on. Alright guys, decided not to use the mic to say goodnight either, because like I said earlier, the rain just messes with the mic. So anyways, it's raining insanely, as you can hear, and it's about 9 o'clock-ish. I'm exhausted from having to bail water out of the ship here. So Liam's already asleep, so I'm gonna hit the sack. So I'll keep you guys updated and let you know what's going on through the night. Have a good night. See you guys soon. Hey guys, it's around 10 o'clock. The rain is not letting up. We are having a little bit of pooling issues inside the tent, but they're all in the corners. I'm getting dripped on a little bit. My sleeping bag is actually wet. I don't know if you can see it or not, but my bag is actually wet. The walls are wet. It's just non-stop torrential downpour. But I said I would keep you guys updated. I fell asleep, but then Liam woke up, and then I woke up, and yeah, it's crazy.
Well, we ended up, Liam and I, having a snack. There's some pooling throughout different parts of the tent, and the water's dripping on me as I mentioned, but I think we're going to be okay. We're hoping this eventually starts to settle down because this is just insane. This is the craziest camping Liam and I have ever done. Makes for good video though.
Good morning. What an insane night that was. Basically started raining at 7 o'clock and didn't let up till about 6 this morning. It's about 8 a.m. now. And the tent held up. The tarp, after I adjusted it, it held up. I'll show you guys shortly what everything looks like around here. It's a bit of a mess. It's, I mean, I had everything put away, so there's nothing blown around or nothing. I shouldn't say it's a mess. It's just really, really wet because it rained torrentially for 12 hours. I'm just making myself a coffee, the old standard Folgers Classic Roast in a tea bag style. That's my go-to. I'm just making a coffee and gonna try and enjoy this morning as much as I can. Man, that was a crazy night though. I thought there was flooding in there. I was getting dripped on all night. My sleeping bag was wet. The water was coming through the tent on the sides, and that made it difficult. Liam seemed fine. I don't think he got wet at all, which was great. But I got quite a bit of water on me through the night. I could feel it dripping on me. There's nothing I could do about it. I think if I ever do this again, I'll just have to use a bigger tarp. I tried the big tarp when we first got here, but it was a fail. Just couldn't set it up. So maybe next time I'll try a different type of a tarp setup. But for the most part, overall, I mean, we survived. Liam's still asleep. Other than, you know, an uncomfortable sleep because it was loud. The rain was really loud, as you guys heard in the video. But it was much louder in person. You got to trust me. So I'm just going to have a coffee and relax for the morning. All right, well, here's the tent. You can see here, put these guy lines in, which is actually bungee cords because I couldn't find proper guy lines. So I put one there. I put one over here as extra support because the poles were falling down last night. I didn't film that because it was just too insane out here. I filmed the first part, but I couldn't film the second part. But as you can see, the tent held up. Everything held up. Despite what we went through, everything held up. There was a ton of rain. I've never camped in that much rain in my life. That was the most. And of course, Liam, well, he's never camped in anything like that either. It was really, really something. But you know what? It was kind of scary because I was worried about the tent and the tarps and all that stuff and getting soaked. But at the same time, we really had a good time. It was fun. Scary fun. my view this morning. View of the creek. It's really flooded. The water is so much higher this morning than what it was yesterday. Wow. But understandably so, considering how much rain we got. One thing I've noticed about this particular campsite, I'm carrying this thermosol around with me like it's a piece of equipment that I can't live without, which is true. The mosquitoes are relentless here. Not as bad as when we were way up north on our last camp, but still pretty bad. There's tons of them around here, and it's because of all this greenery around here. I mean, we're right in a forest, and there's tons and tons of trees and shrubbery and whatnot, you know. But it's beautiful. Well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not waiting for Liam anymore. I'm getting hungry. He's not eating what I'm eating anyways. He's got a dehydrated breakfast that he's going to have, but I'm going to have some scrambled eggs. So let's get this started here. We're going to put a little bit of milk in there and stir it up. There we go. I like fluffy scrambled eggs, so that's why I put so much milk in it. There's so much heat on these things. You have to control the heat by lifting it off. Otherwise, it'll burn to the bottom. So you got to be really careful with it. I sort of learned the hard way to, when you're cooking eggs in particular, because they burn so fast, you sort of keep it over the heat as opposed to directly on it. And they're coming up nice. Wish I had some butter though. That's my only regret that I forgot. This is almost done. There we go. Perfect. Still drinking my coffee, but make sure my mic is on. Yep. I'm gonna have these eggs now. Give them a try. They're nice. Not as fluffy as I wanted them because of the butter, or lack of butter, but that's okay. It's a camping meal. We're going to start packing up here soon. We had an awesome time here and we really enjoyed ourselves, even though it was very, very difficult and unusual circumstances with the rain portion of a Hurricane Beryl barreling through here. I've never seen that much rain before while camping. I don't think you have either, Liam. So that was insane. So anyways, next step for us, we're just going to relax a little bit longer and then we're going to start tear down. So I just took my sleep system inflatable mat out and you can see how wet it is. I'm going to show you guys the inside of the tent shortly when we're done to show you how much water is actually in there. It's crazy. All right, I'm just going to take you inside the tent for a second. Everything is out so you can see the mess. There isn't that much water. Less than I actually thought, but you got to remember when you're camping, you don't want any water. There's a few spots like over here where it was really bad, And the water was coming in all along this liner over here. It's also bad over here. You can see quite a bit of water all along here and there. Liam didn't get it too bad, but bad enough. A lot of space in this tent though. I like this tent, just not great for rain, I've discovered. All right, well, another camp has come to an end. Crazy rain camp. We had a lot of fun though, even though we were in difficult circumstances. We did have a lot of fun. What a chore it was putting that tent away. I hadn't done that in a long time, and it was quite difficult putting that tent away. I didn't film any of it because it was just too ridiculous, but we did manage to get it packed up, but it was quite a chore. So anyways, thanks for joining us again on another one of our crazy adventures. We're going to be back soon. We've got a couple more camps coming up. It's not going to end anytime soon. Thanks a lot for joining us, and as always, keep camping. See ya.